Hi guys, Baz from Hognose UK here. Been asked to do an update on a few of the carnivores that I produced, so I thought I'd do a little favourites video. This is my favourite 9 carnivores that I produced in 2021. This is a heterotic xanthic blackhead carnivore. You can see the heterotic xanthic makes typically shaped alien heads. See that down the sides. Is also from carnivore to carnivore, and I don't know if this double line is significant of a super yet. I haven't worked it out, but I've got a few with this double line on it this season, which are results of carnivore to carnivore. So as you can see, absolutely gorgeous dark animal. The heterotic xanthic's lightened it up a little bit. It's very different from the blackhead carnivore that I've produced in the past, and it's a male, so he's the first one onto my list. The combination has destroyed the belly stripe. We don't have a belly stripe on it, but a really nice powerful animal that most likely stay in my collection. So this is the clutch mate. This is a Pastel lesser heterotic xanthic carnivore, and it's from carnivore to carnivore again, and as you can see we've got this double striping down the back again. And I know without turning this boy over there won't be any belly stripe, because Pastel and lesser both get rid of it. So it hasn't got this sort of stereotypical carnivore belly, and you know it's lightened him up compared to the last boy. But I absolutely love this male. Again, very short of males the last couple of seasons. This season I've made a few, so I'll have to decide which ones I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to carry on with. So next on my list is this guy. This is a Darkling carnivore. This one's actually sold. It's going to America in a few days time. So I wasn't sure how the Darkling and the carnivore will work, but they're both my genes, and I thought why not, we'll put them together. Very pleased with how it's come out. I love how deep the golds are from the Darkling. Darkling has a very busy belly. It's kind of narrowed the striping on the carnivore, and you actually, if you have a look at his neck, you can see it's still there. So it's got the really nice like chocolate sort of blushing that comes with the Darkling on the head. He's got typical Darkling patternation. He's got the fingers coming down the sides, but he still managed to maintain his dorsal stripe and his belly stripe, so there's a strong identification of both animals in there. Really pleased with how these come out. Actually, they just get better and better as they're growing. Really awesome. This guy, now this guy, you may gather by the size of him, he's not one of last year's babies. He's one from a couple of years ago, and this is an Enchi lesser carnivore. Absolutely beautiful animal. Look at the head stamp on this boy. I really love this guy. The reason I'm going to show you him is because I've upgraded him. So I'll just pop him back in his box. I got him out as he happens to be right next to where the camera is currently. I'll just pop him back in his box, and then I'll show you this year's, or 2021's version. So this is the same snake but with spot nose on top. So this is an Enchi lesser spot nose carnivore. Look at the hooks and the whistles. It's really messed the shape of everything up on this. It's hard to recognize it as a spot nose, and you know the individual characteristics of the carnivore, most of them are quite lost on it. Again, we've got a white belly. We've got the last little third stripe on the tail, and he's got the typical carnivore patternation down the back. But the one I showed you was this sort of colour when he first hatched, and he's got brighter and brighter and brighter, and I expect this guy's going to do the same, unless the spot nose suppresses it. But look at his head. Look at that. One of my favourite head stamps ever. That is absolutely beautiful animal, and it's a boy. So there's no doubt that this fella will be staying here. So this next guy is also a 2021. He is a carnivore crossed with a gene called the Predator. The Predator is another gene that Mills, Thacker and I are working on to prove out. We've made some amazing stuff with it so far. The Blackhead Predator being probably my favourite, closely followed by this guy. There will be a film coming up soon about the Predator, and you'll be able to see a little bit more about that. There's a Super Predator out there. We've made Predator G-stripes. There's some really nice Predator stuff on the way. This season I'm working on Clown, so I'm working on Clown and Pied into it. So watch this space. So this is a Carnivore Predator. So the Carnivore, I think the Predator's put its own colouring into the sides. I'm not going to get a Predator out and show you right now because there's a film coming up, and I don't want to make the video too long. It's got the typical Carnivore last third stripe, and look at this belly. It's got an awesome belly. He hasn't got the typical neck stripe in. He's got almost like they're almost like tram lines, but obviously they're not. This guy isn't actually het pied. You can see there's a combination of the Carnivore and the Predator head stamp here. Obviously you haven't got anything to reference it to with the Predator, but that'll be coming up. But I wanted to show you this guy because I think the Predator works really well in with the Carnivore. So there's already been a video on Carnivore clowns, and so I'm not going to go on and on about it, but this is a really lovely combo that I've made that's het clown. I thought I'd show you how vibrant she is. She's absolutely amazing. This is the reaction between Carnivore and vanilla. So this is a vanilla Carnivore, 100% het clown. Again, the clown, the belly's quite busy, but they haven't really got the neck stripe, so the clown and the vanilla, I'm guessing, has wiped out the neck stripe, but you can see, you can clearly see the Carnivore patination in her. Interesting head stamp as well. It's quite Carnivore like, but it's also sort of incorporated a bit of the vanilla shape, so she's obviously not really happy about being shown off. But thought I couldn't show some of the Carnivore updates off without showing how beautiful this girl is. Now this is a rather cool animal and was completely unexpected. So I put a Carnivore Blackhead into an ivory Enchi. Didn't know that the Enchi was Cryptic, and I made a whole bunch of Cryptics. So I'm not going to show you all of them. There's 3 or 4 of them, maybe 5, but I'm going to show you this one because I think he's my favourite. So this is a yellow belly, obviously because mum was an ivory Enchi, and I just love how orange the Enchi makes the Carnivore, or the other way around maybe. Carnivore makes the Enchi. Again, it hasn't got the typical neck stripe, so a lot of these morphs are knocking out that stripe. We've got the typical last little third stripe down on the tail, and absolutely typical Carnivore markings. But look at this head. Look at this head. I wasn't absolutely sure it's Cryptic to start with, but now I've had them pop out of a few of my other animals. The blushing, look at the yellow belly coming up the sides, absolutely stunning. It's getting close to my favourite Carnivores of the year. It's just such a surprise to get Cryptic in my collection as well, so it's a really nice surprise for a change. Rather than hets not proving out, I got an extra gene that I wasn't expecting. The ironic thing is that I made that same animal many years ago and not really done a great deal with her. So it's very hard to decide on second place, but there's one more animal above this that I actually think is my favourite of the season, and you'll see why in a minute. But this girl is absolutely amazing. So she also could be a super. She's from a Carnivore to Carnivore breeding. So she's from a Carnivore Firefly to a Blackhead Carnivore. So this is a Blackhead Firefly Carnivore. She is absolutely gorgeous. The Blackhead's wiped out all the markings on the head. Obviously, it's, for those of you that have followed the carnivore gene, you can see it quite clearly that this girl is a carnivore. She's got no belly stripe. She's got the last little, probably more than a third actually, quite a lot of her body is striped. But she's probably the most vibrant, prettiest carnivore that I've made. I'd say probably the Enchi lesser carnivore is quite a close second for brightness, but I just love the way the Blackhead and the pattern of the carnivore has interacted. I love all the highlighting around it. She's absolutely stunning. The highlighting around the dorsal stripes around the neck. Absolutely. And this guy is, last but not least, I think is my favourite, purely because of the story behind him. So we already made carnivore clowns. Wayne Eden and Jamie McDonald both made carnivore spot nose clowns. Wayne's made some normal carnivore clowns. Or I hadn't actually made any carnivore clowns myself. But earlier in the year, or before Christmas, Garrick DeMeyer bought one off of me, and he did ask me if it had been breeding, and I said that I haven't tried. So I did actually pop him in with an Enchi het clown, and did see a lock, so he did lock, but I didn't actually expect to hit any of these. So the rest of the clutch are all Enchi, everything's Enchi, and this guy obviously isn't. So this is the single gene carnivore clown. You have to excuse, he's got a little bit of skin stuck on his neck. He's adamant that I'm not going to get it off. I did try, but look how dark it makes the blacks look on here. Absolutely gorgeous. And there is the typical clown head stamp that we've come to recognise with carnivores. Got very, very busy belly. It's a bit of a grumpy bugger, this one. I'm not absolutely certain that it hasn't got Enchi in it as well, but I guess time will tell. He's not going anywhere. I'm going to be breeding him, so time will tell. He's very pale, and the typical colorations on the side of the carnivores clowns actually get more and more orange as they grow. So the fact that he was a bit of a cheeky little number that popped out of somebody else's snake that I bred to mine was made this one quite a comical favourite. So look at him, absolutely stunning. That head stamp is amazing. I give him a bath in a minute, get that last little bit of skin off. But I just love the way the carnivore accentuated the blacks and that on his back. Absolutely beautiful. Really love this guy, and hopefully not this season but the following season I'll be using him to make a load more. So there you have it. Some of these guys have grown amazingly fast, the predator carnivore particularly, but that was hatched quite early in the year. That was probably June time, and he's probably about 600-700 grams now. They're all growing really well, all growing and feeding brilliantly. The first few I showed you were very late. In fact, they were hatched well after Christmas, so they were 2021s that hatched in 2022. The breeding and the pairing was all done in 2021. So as you can see, you know, I'm mixing it up with lots of different combos and lots of different genes. This season there'll be a lot more new ones to come. I was very happy with the clown that I got out of that little single mating. He's absolutely gorgeous, and obviously he's not going anywhere. The Firefly Blackhead has just blown me away. She's absolutely amazing. If you like the carnivore gene, there is a shipment going over to the US in the next few days in conjunction with Mills from the Reptile Pit. Just contact me if you're interested in getting a carnivore on that shipment. If you like this video, please tick like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and enjoy the sunshine while it lasts.